All right, today we're gonna cook us up some charcloth. I have to be honest. I grew up Gen X, so I've been around a while. Stayed outside nonstop. Lived with my grandparents. Um, they had a farm, so I grew up on the farm. Stayed in the woods, building building fires, building tree houses. Just never came in the house. Through the years, I've just, I've got to be honest, I've never heard of charcloth. But here lately, I've got started just getting out in the woods, piddling around, messing around, starting fires with a ferro rod. And then started seeing people using flint and a striker, and noticing they was using a little piece of black looking cloth when they was using the flint and striker to get their get their fire started a little easier. So anyways, so I got to looking, I was like, this charcloth stuff, I need some of that. And looked on Amazon, man, it's expensive. I was like, well, it can't be that hard to make. So what I done is, they say use cotton, old t-shirt or something. I had an old pair of overalls, and I just cut, it ain't got to be perfect, but 1 inch by 1 inch squares of the denim out of it. Cut me up a pile of it. Get you a soup can, or get you a can of pork and beans or whatever, and use one of those can openers that just kind of rolls that edge, that don't booger it up when you cut the top off, so it'll fit back in place. And then put you a little hole in the top. I popped, I don't know, that's an 1/8 inch hole right in the center. I don't guess that's not just super important on the size. I just use about a 1/8. And then just take your charcloth and put it in your can. This one I've already used. I don't pack it in there tight. Just put it in there and put the lid back on. Then I just put a little old piece of copper wire over this one to just put a little bit of pressure on that lid. A little bit of pressure on that lid so it don't fall off, because as I'm cooking it, every once in a while I'll get it out of the fire and shake it up a little bit, just to make sure it's all the heat's getting all of it, which I don't know that matters either. Anyways, we're gonna head down in the woods to the fire pit, get us a fire going, and cook some of this stuff up. All right, we're in the woods. We're gonna make our way to the fire pit. Get down here and see if we can cook some of this stuff up, so we can become a professional fire makers without a Bic lighter, right? So much easier to start a fire like that, but not near as fun. Pretty nice out today. Sunny, a little bit windy. Supposed to get up in the 40s. About 30 degrees this morning. Anyways, I love this cold weather. Y'all just hang on, we're gonna keep on pushing. There's my duck decoy. I have no idea how it got out here in the middle of the woods. We had a bad tornado. Probably around 15 years ago. Probably got blew over here by it, or either a coyote drug it out this way. Something's killed some of my big pines down here in the woods. It wasn't lightning. But this thing's huge, man. I hated to see it dead, but thinking it must be worms or something in it. But there's a couple of them down here dead. Not really sure what caused it. Too bad I ain't got a little portable sawmill. I could have ended up with a bunch of lumber out of that. And I got fat wood all over this place. I mean, that's just a little small stump of it, but it's everywhere. It ain't much make building a fire any easier than some fat wood. This place covered up with it. I'm always hoping to jump some kind of critter up when I come down here, but after all the years of living here, the only thing I've ever seen is bobcats and coyotes. Kind of an incline. You can't tell it on this video on camera. Well, there's a big old piece of another big old piece of fat wood. Like I said, that stuff's everywhere. We've got it everywhere. Found a couple of arrowheads around this creek a couple years ago. I was down here panning around digging, see if I could find any flakes of gold. Don't reckon there's any in this area. I live too far up north. Live kind of out of the gold belt. They've always said gold's where you find it, so it very well could possibly be here, but I was running a little, I've got a high banker I was running, and then it wound up getting caught. Anyways, let's go back up a hill, get up here to the fire pit. All right, we're back up on top. I've been down here doing a little clearing. This was thick, you couldn't even see through here. But I've been thinning it out. Trying to get it cleaned up. Come down here and do some camping later. Got a little small camper. May bring, and a generator. Here's the fire pit. So we're gonna build us a fire right there and cook some of this stuff up. Got a little bit of wood I processed the other day, so we'll use it to get started. And I'm gonna look around and get some small stuff to get this fire cranked up. We'll be back. Hey, this little tool right here, it's the silky, I don't know how you pronounce all this, nata. Anyways, y'all, I'm sure y'all have heard of them. They call it a hatchet. This little old short, heavy machete. Works great for processing wood. I've got a bunch of machetes. Most of them was, got a couple of them Condor that this made in Japan, and man, so far it's very high quality. The only thing I'm not crazy about is the sheath that came with it. I'm gonna get one, get a leather one made. Just get it specially made just for this. Anyways, just chopping up a little bit more wood, fixing to fire that fire up shortly. Alright, of course the wind has decided to start picking up. Anyways, let's see if we can get this going. I'm going to use two little pieces. This is some of my previously cooked charcoal. Stick it in here. I probably got my knee all up in the way. Let me scoot that over a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. Got me a little blow tube. Help enhance that fire. It seems to work pretty good. Alright, let's see what we can get going. We have got fire right there anyways. All right, let's get this thing going. Well, looks like we're having pretty good luck with our fire. Give me a pretty good one going before I throw my can in there. Light the fire. Fire was a little aggravating. Had a bunch of green wood and wet also. It's been raining this week, so I kindly got it fired up and let it burn down a little bit. But as we said, here's our can. I've probably got 30 to 40 pieces of the little 1x1 squares of denim, and got my hole drilled in it, and got a little bit of pressure on the lid here with just that piece of copper. I don't know that it'd fall off, but I tell you, like I said, I take it out sometimes before it's finished and give it a little shake. Don't know that matters. Anyway, we're gonna put her in the fire. It won't be long, we'll start smoking out of our little smokestack. And once that happens, you know, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, once it quits smoking, it's pretty much ready. All right, I already see some smoke coming out. We'll I'll set a little timer here. We'll kind of get an idea about how long it will take. Now, I don't know if this GoPro is really showing, but let's see if I can get up in here a little bit, or you can see the smoke. Well, it's pretty hard to see because the whole fire is smoking. Maybe you can see it. See the smoke coming out of the top. It ain't just really pouring out yet, so it's probably kind of hard to see. Anyway, we'll keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it. Well, while we're waiting on that, looks like it's starting to smoke pretty good now. We can, like I was telling you, this little silky, what they call a hatchet. Man, it's heavy duty. Works good. If you want something for processing firewood, I mean, it's handy for that. As far as good as the actual machete, I hadn't used it enough to know, but I know it's a quality piece. The only thing is the sheath. Don't like the sheath at all. Then got the OSE 4. I've had this thing for probably 7 or 8 years. It's a pretty good knife. I don't carry it much, but hardly ever. But handle's too short. Needs to be a little bit bigger of a handle, longer. Just don't feel right in my hand. All right, we got a Looks like we got a flame coming out over here now. Looks like she got some fire in there. So that means she's a cooking. So that's a good thing. We've been going for about 4 minutes. I might give it a little shake here in about 3 or 4 more minutes, maybe 5, I don't know. Get back over here and sit down. Yeah, nice day to be out. Whichever day is a nice day to be out in the woods. Till it gets summer, and then I hate getting out. I hate getting out in the woods when it's summer. Hey, and a little pro tip. If you're outside in the cold, I'm not trying to be some Western cowboy at all, but you want to talk about something that really makes a difference in the cold weather. I've always seen them in Westerns and thought it was just for looks, but get you try you out some of these silk, well, they call them wild rags. I didn't realize that. I always thought it was just a bandana, but I think it's a 34-inch, but it's 100% silk. Get you some of these to wrap around your neck on windy, cold days, and you definitely won't regret it. Very comfortable, and you wouldn't believe how much, what kind of a difference it'd make as far as out in the cold. Well, we're still burning. We've got fire coming out, so that means she's doing what she's supposed to be doing. So we'll see what happens. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. Can is definitely cool to the touch. Probably actually didn't need to be 10 minutes, but anyways, that's how long we waited. Let you look in there. Well, it's kind of got a shadow. Let's dump it out. Check that out. Some good looking stuff, ain't it? Look at that. Every bit of it cooked up very nicely. And that right there on Amazon probably cost you 10-15 bucks, I would imagine. It didn't cost us nothing but a can of pork and beans or chili, whatever you want to. Whatever can you want to use, or you can use them little tins. But them little tins are nice. You can order them 6-pack, 12 packs, whatever off Amazon. But I don't want to destroy one of those. They come in handy for other things. But right here's a piece. Let's see if I can manipulate this camera. Try to hit it with a ferro rod and just show you what it'll do. I'm sure it'll take. There we go. You can see how she's setting on fire. Watch me burn my finger. Crap. So there it is. There's a fresh batch right out of the fire. So anyways, as you can see, it's not rocket science to come up with that stuff, to cook it up in a fire. So anyways, if you suffered through this video and sat through watching this, man, wow, you must have been bored. But if you did, I'm glad you did. And I'm gonna start trying to come up with something every week, throw a little something together. anything outside, you know, I'm into. So gonna try to do a little camping, cooking, hiking. Man, I do a little bit of everything outside, but I sure appreciate it if you did watch it. Have a good day, and until next time.